This is the FSU School of Theater Scene Shop training tutorial on drill drivers and impact drivers. So we'll start here with our drill driver. This is a trigger operated tool. So the trigger is what gives it the motion here. You've got a forward switch on this side, and if you come at the other side, there is a reverse switch. If you put that switch toward the middle, nothing will happen when you push the trigger. If you put it for the forward, it will turn the chuck so that it drives the fastener in. This also has a battery indicator down here, so if you push that, it'll show you how much life is left on the battery. In order to change the battery, push in on the two sides and pull the battery out, put it on a charger, get a new battery, set it so that everything is engaged, everything's lined up, push it so it clicks. This also has a light at the front, nice little feature if you're somewhere in the dark. In addition, you have a speed control of a 1 or a 2, 1 being the slower speed, 2 being the faster speed. There's also a chuck engagement here for drilling or for driving. If you set it on the screw driving, then you can have the engagement of this torque collar so that you can control how much torque you're going to deliver on the screw or the fastener before it stops turning the chuck, so it won't over torque a screw. So this is important for hinges and whatnot. So this is a drill driver. It does have a chuck, a keyless chuck on the front. You can undo that by hand, and you can remove the extension or whatever you've got in there so that you can put a drill bit in there and again set it for drilling, change the speed if you need to, and then you can drill with this tool. You can also drive or remove fasteners with it with the appropriate extension. The impact driver here has a different style of receiver, so that when you want to put a bit in, you have to pull up on this collar, slide in the bit, and then it receives in there. It will only receive bits that or shafts that look like that, where it's got the hexagonal attachment and the relief. So once it's in there, you're good to go. Again, you have a forward and a reverse trigger operation. The battery is a little bit different. The fins are along the side here, so you can pull those out or push those in to pull the battery out, put it on a charger, get a new battery, align it so that everything's in place, slide it so it clicks. The battery indication is on the side of the tool. Once you pull back on the trigger, it'll light up and show you how much battery is left on this, or how much life is left on this particular battery. These driver adapters have a magnetic end so that you can take out the number 2 bit, put in a different adapter end or a different driver tip so that you can drive different types of fasteners. If you are driving screws or other fasteners with this, particularly our screws that we use, which are drywall screws, if you drive them in or remove them with this tool, consider those fasteners internally compromised and throw them away. We do not have the ability to control the torque on this. It will maintain driving, and it will adjust its torque to continuously drive the fastener. So it may over torque a screw beyond what it's recommended to be, which means that we'll just not use it again. So a fastener that's been over torqued with this tool, throw it away. Back to drilling. You may find that the cordless drill does not give you enough. You can go over to a corded attachment so you don't run out of power and you maintain a lot more power. This is a more powerful tool. The switch on the bottom here, front, forward, or reverse, again, trigger operated. You do need to plug this in. It also comes equipped with a handle, so you can loosen the handle and adjust it around, tighten it back, so now you've got control. This handle is particularly good for doing things like your hole saws or other things where you want to maintain a good grip on the tool. Again, this is a chuck, but this is a keyed chuck, so tighten the bit in and then get your key in place to tighten it all the way. We also have a close quarters drill, same type of thing, except The direction of this allows it to get in a much smaller area. The trigger is right here. The forward and reverse is on the back here. So there's a switch there. Again, a keyed chuck. Key is kept on the cord, does need to be plugged in for use. When using any of these drills, be aware that there is a tangle hazard involved in the chuck and the turning of that, so keep things like loose shirts and long hair out of the way. If you got your hair tied back, make sure that those things are out of the way. As with all of our stuff, necessary PPE, safety glasses, hearing protection. Be safe about the operations of your tools. This has been the training tutorial on drills and impact drivers.